Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel, and man, do we have a cook for you today, because as you know, if you've watched this channel for any extended period of time, you know that I love seafood, and today not only are we making some delicious seafood, but I have an amazing seafood related announcement for you. So that's coming up a little bit later, but today on the channel, we are making smoked lobster rolls. I love a good lobster roll. I just love lobster in general. I mean, who doesn't love lobster? Right? I'm gonna smoke this lobster on my Pit Boss Platinum Series Lockhart, and we're gonna build these delicious lobster rolls together. And I mean, I'm literally salivating right now just thinking about it, so I don't want to talk anymore. Let's get started. All right, obviously here I have two gorgeous lobster tails. These are about 8 ounces each. I can't wait to tell you where these came from. Stay tuned for that. Now there's a number of ways that you can smoke lobster. You could remove the meat entirely and discard the shell, or you could do what we're gonna do today, which is butterfly them. So we're gonna cut right down the middle here with some super sharp kitchen shears, expose that meat, and then lay it right back on the top, and that's how we're gonna smoke it today. So you don't actually have to use shears for this, but I find that on a larger tail, shears make it easier. What I've done before is you just kind of insert a knife at the base of the tail, and then you kind of go down so that you're not quite getting into the meat, but you do pierce the entire shell, break it open, pull the meat out. But today, because these are kind of some big boys here, we're gonna use some shears. All right, so I'll see if I can do this sideways so that you can see. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my shears in right here in the middle, and then don't be afraid of it. Go ahead and just cut right down. Okay, just like that. We're gonna continue, just like so, all the way until we're about right here. I don't wanna go any farther than that, because that's about the extent of where that meat's gonna go, and I still want it to be attached. I don't want it to be fully separated from the shell. So then we take our lobster tail, and we just kind of start to separate that shell just a little bit in the middle. You don't want to do this too quickly, or else you'll break it all up and get all kinds of shell in your meat, which you don't want. Obviously, the bigger the lobster, the more difficult. Difficult's not the right word. The more kind of like, I guess, patient you have to be with it. Now, as this starts to open up, I'm going to come in and just start separating this meat from the shell. It's very easy to do. Just kind of reach my finger in there, pry that apart, just like that. Same thing on this side. There's not really much that's keeping it attached to the sides of the shell. And now I can just pull it right out, like so. Now I'm gonna push the shell kind of back together and lay my lobster right on top. Look at that, gorgeous, right? All right, let's do the other one. Get my shears going here. All right, let's pull this guy out of there, like so. That shell back together, and there's our lobster. Now you can see I've got some pieces of shell here. That's normal, but we're obviously not gonna leave those. So I'm gonna take these inside, I'm gonna rinse them real quick, dry them off, and then we'll be back to put them on the smoker. All right, so I have my lobster tails nice and rinsed. There's no extra residue on there, no shell pieces, nothing like that. So now it's time to get them on the smoker. Now I know I did not season them at all, and that's on purpose, because we're gonna make a butter sauce that we're gonna sort of like drench them in, and that's what's gonna provide a lot of that flavor. Not to mention the fact that lobster just has a great flavor on its own, really. So as I mentioned, smoking today on my Pit Boss Platinum Series Lockhart, I'm gonna be putting these lobster tails right in the main chamber, and smoking today at a temperature of 225 degrees. Now I'm using the Pit Boss Competition Blend pellets, which are some of my favorite pellets, but for something like this, it's only gonna be in there about 45 minutes to an hour. The kind of wood that you use is sort of negligible, because it's not going to have a ton of time to absorb a lot of that. That being said, I do love the flavor of the Competition Blend pellets, and so for that reason, I'm also using my smoke tube today, which is going to enhance that smoke flavor, since again, it's not going to be on super long. We're really looking for an internal temp today of 135 degrees, which is not quite done, and that's on purpose, again, because we're going to dredge it in that butter mixture that we're going to make, put it back on the smoker, let it finish up, and I will be monitoring that temperature today using my new meat thermometer, the Meat Stick X. The folks over at the Meat Stick were kind enough to send me one of these in the mail to try out, and I'm so excited to use it because I love the idea of being able to monitor things wirelessly. Now, the Pit Boss Lockhart does come with two probes that you can use, and you can track it using their app as well, but this is just another avenue that you can use to track the perfection of the temperature of whatever it is that you're smoking. So I'm going to be using that today. All right, I have my tails on, I have my meat stick inserted, and I have my smoke tube going. It's all a recipe for some delicious food. So I'm gonna close this up, gonna monitor my temperature, and we'll be back in a few to go ahead and get started on this incredible butter sauce. Well, I promised that I had a special announcement, and I absolutely do. I'm so proud and honored to announce my official partnership with Woolies Seafood Market in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania as the official seafood supplier of the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel. Woolies is a local family-owned business. They've been around for over 110 years, and the cases in their shop are loaded with the most fresh, delicious seafood. Talking about fish, lobster, crab, shrimp, scallops, anything that you want. If Woolies doesn't have it, they can absolutely get it. So to celebrate this special announcement, we're giving you 10% off anything on Woolies online shop for shipping. All you gotta do is go to woolies.com, browse their online selection, which they got a ton of stuff. They ship nationwide, and just order it online and use the promo code HOLYSMOKES. You're gonna get 10% off your order. And obviously, if you're in Pittsburgh, go down to Woolies. You know exactly where they are. They're in the Strip District. They are the quintessential seafood market in Pittsburgh. So thank you so much to Woolies for being the official seafood provider of the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel. All right, I can tell from my meat stick app that my lobster tails are sitting at 118 degrees. Remember, we're going for 135. So this is a perfect time to go ahead and make our butter sauce. All right, so I got 2 sticks of melted butter here. How did I melt this butter? Of course, on the smoker. I just put 2 sticks of butter in this pot, put it on the smoker, and let it melt. Now, I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of paprika, 2 cloves of minced garlic, and 2. Next, I'm gonna add the zest of 1 lemon, give it a little bit of citrus flavor. Then finally, the unsung hero of this butter, just some fresh dill. How much? I don't know, however much you want. All right, I'm gonna mix all this together. Oh man, look at that. Tell me that's not gonna be something. Now, here's the awesome part. I'm gonna take this just like it is, put it right back into the smoker, and leave it there until my lobster is at 135. Then we're gonna take the lobster out, slice it, and show you what we'll do next. All right, according to the meat stick, my lobster is now here at 135 degrees. The other tail needs just a little bit more time, but I'm gonna go ahead and get started on prepping this one for the lobster roll. First off, look at just how nice that looks. That shell has brightened up, it's that nice red color. And you see this brown on the top? You know what that is? Smoke. That is the smoke color. Now again, this is not completely done yet. It still needs just a few more minutes to come up to that 140 temperature. So let's go ahead and prepare it for that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and separate this meat from the shell, just like that. You can just pull it off. See? Nice little shell. All right, and now, using my sharp knife, I'm just gonna go ahead and chop this up. I don't want it to be like super thin, but I don't want it to be too chunky, so I'm gonna kind of just go right down the middle here. And that's kind of the size that I want. And now in comes that delicious butter that we made that's been sitting on the smoker, and then right in goes that lobster. Oh, man. Let's mix that around. Oh man, is that gonna be good or what? Okay, now it's time to go back on the smoker for just a couple of minutes. It's gonna come up to temperature. It's already coming up because of how hot that butter mixture is. And then we'll be back and show you how to build this lobster roll. All right, it's smelling incredible on the patio. This is gonna be our bun that we're gonna use today. This is a sausage roll. You wanna make sure that you get something that's nice and big like this, not just like a hot dog bun. The sausage roll has these kind of exposed sides on it, and why not just make the most of that? So I'm gonna apply just a little bit of Japanese mayo to the side. Just kind of spread that on there, flip it over. Same thing. And now I'm gonna put this directly on the smoker grates so that it can kind of crisp up a little bit. All right, while that bread browns up a little bit, let's make a little topping for our lobster rolls. Let's make a little sriracha mayo. Super easy, it's sriracha mayo. So that means it is mayo, in this case, Japanese mayo, which is the best mayo, and sriracha. Use as much or as little as you like. I like some heat, so I'm gonna go a little bit heavy on it. Just mix that together there. Nice little sriracha mayo. Oh, that's gonna be so good. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. 2 ingredients. Yum. And now it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to build this lobster roll. So I've got my sausage roll here. You can see that it's nice and toasted from being on the smoker. I'm gonna give it a top slice here. Just wanna go right down the middle. Careful not to cut through. There we go. Oh man, look at that. All right, here we go. Put down my little basket here. My wife loves these things. In goes, whoop, the wind. In goes this beautifully toasted bun. And now, oh my goodness, that lobster. Oh, look at that, look at it. If you were here, you could smell it, but sadly, you're not. Some more of that lobster there. Oh gosh, each of these tails is gonna make 1 roll. So you're getting a full 8 ounces of lobster. Right there. Oh man, oh man. I anticipate quite the holy smokes coming. And now, let's just come over it with a little bit of that sriracha mayo. Oh. And we'll just top it with some parsley. And that's it. Oh man, is that gonna be good. That lobster just smells out of this world. Oh, wow. All right, guess what time it is? It is time to eat this lobster roll. Now, a little bit of transparency here. I've not eaten anything today, so I'm so hungry. So I'm gonna go ahead and just grab this up. Oh, it's so soft. It's so, oh, it's just beautiful. It's gorgeous. All right, here we go. Smoked lobster roll with the most delicious sriracha mayo. Here we go. Mmm. 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 Oh man. Oh my god. First off, the flavor hits you instantly as soon as you taste that lobster. Oh. But second, the flavor is intense. It's got such a smoky flavor to it. The addition of that sriracha mayo makes it, and let's not discount that incredible butter sauce. You can taste the citrus from the lemon zest. You can taste that dill, the little bit of sharpness from the dill. You can taste the butter. I mean, it's all there, and it's amazing. I gotta get another bite. Mmm. Oh my gosh. Mmm. Oh, holy smokes. That is so good. Listen, this, wow, this is absolutely incredible. Listen, as soon as you're done watching this, you need to go to Woolies website and you need to order some lobster tails, and you need to make this. You gotta do it. Flavor is out of this world. It's super easy. You saw how easy it was to make it. And I guarantee you, especially if you got a seafood lover in the house, this is gonna have to be on your menu like once a week after you make it. Well, I gotta get this delicious lobster roll inside so I can finish it up. But thank you so much for tuning in to the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel. If you like this video, make sure that you click that thumbs up button to like it. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and click the little bell to turn on post notifications so that you're one of the first people to know as soon as we post new delicious outdoor cooking content. And thank you once again to Woolies for being the official seafood supplier here of the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel. Can't wait to make some more amazing seafood dishes in the future. And speaking of seafood, you gotta check out this seafood video and this seafood playlist of some incredible stuff that we've cooked up here outside on the smoker. I love smoked seafood, and you can find a lot of it right here, and I'll see you next time.